I really don't know how much propane I got left in here. I know I need to get some more. Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's having a great day. And I think I've got some insight on Jerry Jones and the reason why he did not have, after 35 years, his combine press conference. Before I get to that, let me say, last night I did not do a fireside chat. I was actually, yesterday was a rough day. I left out early in the morning, had to drive to Richmond, and it's about 120 miles down the road, and then drove back up, and then had to deal with some stuff pretty much all day yesterday. That's a family situation and stuff. And so that drained the heck out of me. And by the time I got back home, I did a video and I laid on the couch and I passed the F out. And when I finally woke up, it was like 11 o'clock and I was just exhausted. And my neck was stiff and my sciatica was adding up. And I was just like, I just can't do it tonight. And I realized I'm getting old, people. I'm getting really old. And I'm running out of time to see the Cowboys get this thing together. Now, I like to think I have probably more time than, say, Jerry Jones, but when you're in your 80s, you are living on borrowed time. The life expectancy is not in the 80s, people. So, there's that. So, Jerry Jones canceled the press conference on the bus. And the reason we are told is because Jerry Jones is doing GM shit. That Jerry Jones is meeting with all these agents because the Osa Odighizuwa deal is allegedly close. He just supposedly got to Indianapolis today, but decided that they're going to be having meetings with agents and doing the GM shit. That the Osa Odighizuwa's contract is close, and somewhere we're hearing that like 22.5 million, 90 million 4-year deal is what's kind of on the table. A lot of Cowboy fans are shocked and pissed off and say it's too much money, but you know what, like I say, you're looking at it in today's dollars, not what it's going to be like, 2 years from now. 2 years from now we'll look at it and say, oh, it's a good deal if he performs, and that's the bottom line with these. But it's not just about meeting with Osa Odighizuwa. It's also supposedly meeting with Jordan Lewis, that they want to bring back Jordan Lewis. And it's not just Osa and Jordan Lewis. It's also Nick Vogel. It's also Rico Dowdle. It's also, who else did I forget? Israel Mahanahu. All of which are free agents. Now, I want you to understand that if that is true, if that is the reason why Jerry Jones is not doing the presser that he always does, which is always about Jerry Jones, this is a major, major change from what the Cowboys do, because the Cowboys typically, they don't do work on contracts at the combine like other teams do. Other teams are working out trades. You hear, everybody was speculating that Matthew Stafford could be going to the New York Giants. And I kept saying, how would it make any sense whatsoever for Matthew Stafford to go from the Rams and Sean McVay to the idiots in New York that said, you know what, we don't need Saquon? Why would you want to do that? That would be dumb shit-esque. I would take less money to stay with the Rams than to go through and get more money to get the crap beat out of me in New York. I'm sorry, and then to turn around and say, oh, we're going to get rid of Matthew Stafford and bring in Aaron Rodgers. Seriously? Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback, but I don't think he's a great leader. I just don't. We have all these people that are talking about, oh, they're going to bring in Aaron Rodgers, they're going to win the Super Bowl. Hate to tell you, Aaron Rodgers ain't won but one Super Bowl, and was on a loaded team. And they didn't win it because of solely Aaron Rodgers. They had a good running game. Well, a competent running game. Okay, it was piss poor running game. But they had 4 wide receivers, they had 3 tight ends, and they had the number 3 defense. So Aaron Rodgers has had better years than he did that Super Bowl winning season and didn't do dick. But if the Cowboys are actually doing these deals, getting these free agents that they deem valuable, this is a sea change from everything they've done in the past. So you have to understand, I mean, we can go back a while even, because I can say, I remember Stephen Jones when D-Law was up for his first contract after being one of the runner-ups for defensive MVP after having 14 and a half sacks, that Stephen Jones was pointing to the combine conversation with the agent and said, well, you know, we had conversations with D-Law and his agent at the combine for about $18 million a year. Now they're talking about wanting 21. Well, you should have made the deal back when we were talking 18. Why'd you wait? You made the man wait and wait and wait and wait. So of course the price goes up as you wait. If you hurried up and pay me, I'll probably take a little bit less because I'm happy to have that money in my hand right now. You made me wait when I was thinking I was going to go out and buy my yacht or buy my new car or, you know, to buy my house. Now I got to wait to get the money. So I want more. I want interest on it. If this is true, that we are getting these guys brought back, what this does for the team is it sets up the opportunity to draft the best player available and does not leave a million holes in the roster. You may not think that these are lights out players, but you know, unless you're the Eagles, you can't find like all-stars for every position. But all of this points to a lot of change on the Cowboys. If Jerry Jones is healthy, I hope that Jerry Jones isn't sick, and actually meeting with agents to try and get these deals done before free agency, that opens up, one, how much money you're going to have to spend if you flip the triggers with Dak and CD, as well as restructure some of these other contracts. That opens the door for potentially to do something in free agency. And maybe turn the fans around. You know, maybe all of this negative publicity and getting all the fans that and YouTubers like myself that have been on the Cowboys over and over again, that maybe that's exactly what we need, is to keep pressure on the Cowboys and force them to actually do something. And I'm going to say, I like that. But I'm going to say I'm running out of time. I'm running out of time for the Cowboys to win a Super Bowl. I need them to get this shit right this year. Some of you guys like me a lot, love me, my content and stuff. Others hate me and want to call me everything but a child of God, or will blame me for the Cowboys' problems, or, you know, being a fan of Dak Prescott, say, oh, I swing from Dak Prescott's, you know, whatever, or I'm Jerry Jones with the tape measure and shit like that. And I get it. That's the way it is when you're in the public eye. Some are going to love you, some are going to hate you, and that's what you're going to get. And if you're not expecting that, then don't do this shit. I get it. I've been called a lot of things, especially bandwagon. And I have to admit, I am a bandwagon fan, but not in how bandwagon fans are portrayed. They say that people became fans of the Cowboys because they were America's team and they were trendy and they were winning those Super Bowls and things. And fine, you could say that right now there's Eagle bandwagon fans because they're getting on the Eagles bandwagon that weren't there before. You could say that there were New England Patriots bandwagon fans because I don't see as many New England fans now as I used to. I gotta be real. I used to see a lot of, Tom Brady and New England Patriots. I don't see that as much. You could say that there were Seattle Seahawks bandwagon fans that came through. I don't see as much Seahawks stuff as I used to. There's the diehards. And quite frankly, anybody rooting for the Cowboys, we ain't exactly had a whole lot to root for quite a while. Just saying. Just saying. But I'm on the bandwagon for my dad. Because that's the reason why I have been cursed to be a Dallas Cowboy fan. And I told my dad that tonight. I said, Dad, why did you curse me? He said, what are you talking about, son? I said, you're the reason why I'm a Cowboy fan, Dad. You're the reason why I'm going through all of this crap that I do is because I look up to you. And I've always wanted to be like you. And I thank you for making me the person that I am. That man is the man that I respect more than anyone in this world. My dad's 85 years old. And I want to see him see the Cowboys win a Super Bowl just one more time. Just one more time. I need to see him enjoy a Super Bowl one more time. For me, I got the sponsorship from BetUS, and that was a blessing beyond any imagination, because every Sunday or Monday, my dad would call me with his picks. And because my dad is, he don't do all the technology, so it was just easier for him to call me, and we talk about, what the Cowboys gonna do this week. Dad, don't put your money on the Cowboys. Don't put your money this year on the Cowboys, Daddy. It's bad. It's bad. But getting his picks and disagreeing, Dad, how you get it? You can't bet on the Eagles. It just hurts me too much. Has been an incredible gift for me to spend that extra time and an extra reason with my dad. And what I want to see is, I want to see my dad say, put it on the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl. That's my dream. That's the only thing that I want in life right now. That's the only thing I want to see. I need the Cowboys to get it right this time, man. I need Micah Parsons to be right that we are holding up the Super Bowl trophy. Stuart Morrison. I've got one of the plaques up there, Stuart Morrison. Outside, I've got one inside. I remember seeing Micah Parsons his rookie year and having the helmet that was autographed that Stuart Morrison gave me of Micah Parsons. And at the time, Stuart was getting bad, and his wish was the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl. And I saw Micah Parsons his rookie year at the autograph signing show, and Micah Parsons was signing autographs. He didn't look up. He didn't look up. He had headphones on. And I was trying to tell him the story about Stuart Morrison. I said we need to win the Super Bowl for him. Micah will be back next month. Micah will be back next month. I'll pay the $150, $175, whatever it is. I'll get something autographed by him to give away. That'll have to be NFL merchandise. It won't be. He won't sign a plaque. He just won't because his agents or whatever. But I'm going to try and say, Micah, I need you to be right about holding up that trophy. I need you to do that for my dad. I had the hardest deja vu yesterday. Because I was at the hospital in the emergency room. And the room that we were in, when I took Rashid to the hospital the day that they amputated his foot, they had us in the hallway because the hospital was so busy. They have, at the hospital there, they have triage spaces on the hallway, so that way they can take care of mass events. They have the rooms, and then outside the rooms, they have triage areas to be able to take care of you. So the room that this person was in yesterday was the room where the hallway that I was with Rashid. And as I'm going to the emergency room, I see Rashid and I see his foot there in that spot. And it was just hard to take, knowing that our good friend is gone. All these reminders that are always around us about how precious life is and how you got to take care of your time and you got to get right. I apologize for being so long-winded tonight, but it's been an emotional couple of days. Remember, good people, tell the people you love how much you love them, because you might not get the chance again. And I love you guys. Hopefully we'll all see each other tomorrow.